Hello, I'm Jared Lamro. I'm with Team Radiant. The members of our team are Anil Debade, Simon Pulido, and Shweta Pushp. Today I'll be discussing our team tools that we'll be utilizing for this upcoming simulation that will enable us to focus on our business strategy and focus on succeeding in our business goals. The first tool that I'll be discussing is our monitoring sales tool. And this tool will answer the question, what is the sales price of our product in the current market? Now, the KPI that all of our KPIs will be focusing on this first rule here, the one metric tool to gauge the strength of our business. The second thing that we'll be focusing on with this sales tool is it describes how well the pricing is matched with respect to the competitor's pricing for a given product. It also will be combined. It'll require the combination of gross margin and inventory to provide us with a basis of strategic decision making. And I'll discuss that further here in just 1 minute. It also allows us to adjust the prices and be competitive in the market. It also ensures that we are not selling too high and losing our sales. And it ensures that we're not selling too low, causing our gross margin to plummet. Now here's a screenshot of our tool and our dashboard here. In the top left corner you can see our gross margin. This gross margin tool, what it does is right now you can see that it is indicating red. Currently we have made this tool show red for any time that our gross margin drops below 5% of 50%, which currently is our goal for our gross margin, is 50%. If it goes above 5% of that 50%, it will also show red, showing that it is out of range. So we're wanting to stay plus or minus 5% of our gross margin, which is currently set at 50%. Now that could adjust based on the gross margin of our competitors, and if that is such, then we'll adjust that, and whatever our gross margin goal is at the time that we find after the first quarter that we find our competitors are staying within, our goal will be plus or minus 5% of that updated gross margin goal. In the bottom left corner you'll see the sales versus our market price. Now what this will do is when we see that our gross margin is going above or below that, we can look at our sell price to the market price and figure out where we stand. And we can make the adjustments based on those two so that we are enabling us to stay within our business strategy, which our business strategy is to stay broad market and to be cost leadership in the market, or low cost in the market. This will enable us to, when we buy our production and we buy our capacity and the extended capacity, and we lower our turnover rate, and we pay for that lowering of our turnover rate, this way we can stay competitive with that increase in capacity. We want to make sure that we are marketing to the whole, that we're not focusing on just 2 or 3 of our clients in various distribution channels, that we're marketing to the whole, that our price is staying competitive, and that we're selling our products. We want to make sure that we are selling our products before everyone else is selling their products as well, so that we are staying competitive. At the top middle of the screen you'll see the current date, the team, our team, which will be O, the quarter we're in, the day of that quarter, and the week of that quarter that we're in. This screenshot is showing the graphs that we'll be utilizing for our gross margin and our sales price versus our market price. This will show at any given time a little better tool for us to utilize to indicate where we're at with each of the various products as far as the pricing goes. Moving into our inventory tool, This tool will allow us to answer the questions: what is the status of our inventory? And are we overstocked on our inventory? Again, you can see in this first line item, it is the one metric tool to gauge the strength of the business. Like I said, that's going to be the key tool for all of our KPI tools. It'll describe how well the inventory is staying within the allotted warehouse space. This is key for us as we want to make sure that we're not overexpending our expenses here with unnecessary warehouse space, and we'll explain that here in just one sec. The tool will allow users to see an overview of the inventory stock and determine when inventory is received. It ensures that we are not selling too fast, thus depleting our finished goods and not allowing production to keep up with sales, and ensuring we have enough inventory in stock to help us roll over to the subsequent quarters. We don't want to run out of any finished goods. We don't want to run out of all of our finished goods. We want to keep some on hand, and we want to keep some of our raw material on hand for the first 3 to 5 days of the subsequent quarters, so that we are continuing to produce and continuing to sell every single day. We don't want to have any lag in our sales or production. And this tool will also ensure that we are not selling too low, thus increasing our warehouse demands, too slow, thus increasing our warehouse demands and making us receive excess charges due to warehouse space requirements. Here in the top right corner of this dashboard, you'll see the inventory check. Now, this inventory check focuses in on our finished goods, and you can see the green light there. The green light is indicating right now that we're under our 250,000 capacity for our warehouse, which is good, and that's where we want to keep it. If it goes above that 250,000, it'll flash red for us. And this will indicate that we need to go through and adjust and see where we need to adjust, whether it's the sales price of our finished goods or whether it's our marketing of our finished goods. This will indicate that we need to do something for that. Now, we're only focusing on the finished goods portion of the inventory check for the simple reason that we know that our inventory for our raw materials is going to go above 250,000, the cap for that, for the first 12 days. And we'll monitor that. But after the 12 days, we know with our production schedule that the raw materials will be under the 250,000 mark after those 12 days, and we won't need to monitor that anymore. But we will constantly be needing to monitor this finished good material to make sure that it is not going above that 250,000 mark, and thus not increasing our warehouse space and providing unnecessary costs and unnecessary expenditures to lower our overall profits. Below that, you can see we have a graph in there showing a little more detail about where we're at with our finished goods, and it's a good little graph to indicate, give us a little bit further indication of where we're at with those. In the middle, you'll see each of the various products that we have, and you'll see that we have it based on the day and where our units are and where the revenue is for each of those finished good products. Here's another screenshot just indicating further that we do have this for each of our finished good products. That's the end of our tutorial for our tools. I hope that everything looks sufficient as far as where we are needing to be with these tools. We feel that these tools will enable us to be successful with our business strategy, and that it will enable us to succeed with our business strategy. I do appreciate the time that you have spent with us,